Welcome back to Fox and Friends. According to a new congressional watchdog panel, some of the money granted to failed banks, including Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, isn't being tracked. So where is all this taxpayer cash going?
We're joined by Peter Kaufman, the president and head of restructuring and distressed mergers and acquisitions at the Gordian Group and co-author of Distressed Investment Banking. Peter, great to see you this morning.
Great to be here.
350
billion with a B.
Billion with a B dollars that we don't know now where it has gone. How can this possibly be? Who was supposed to be the watchdog for this?
You know, the credit card commercial, what's in your wallet, the adjunct here is what's in your portfolio of the institutions that our taxpayer money is going to, and we don't know. And the reason we don't know is that the Treasury Department made a decision last August or September that they were not going to, quote-unquote, micromanage the process. They weren't going to have real oversight. They weren't going to have measurements.
Why?
I can't answer that.
You've literally wrote the book on this, so you deal with companies, you deal with struggling organizations. You would never just throw cash at a problem, would you? Is that the wrong approach?
It is the wrong approach. You know, America is in a workout situation. There are, companies, financial institutions, they need to be worked out. It's like a homeowner who loses their job, they can't afford to pay their mortgage, or their house is worth less than the mortgage. That's a workout situation. Same principle applies to companies. I'm not speaking about government fiscal policy to get $500 to 200 million people and what they'll do with that. I'm speaking to when they're trying to solve an individual problem like General Motors or AIG. Or
you don't just throw money at these things.
You just, in the private sector, the way that you have a successful workout is transparency, accountability, and no new money goes in without the entire problem being solved. You don't just add money and stir. It never works.
So now this other $350 billion is waiting in the wings, and we have to figure out if it's actually going to be released by Congress. What do you think they should do differently now?
Well, again, the same principles apply. You need transparency, accountability, and the money shouldn't be flowing unless it's tied to an overall solution. And so far, suddenly, yesterday apparently, I understand that in hearings and in meetings down in Washington, they've had an epiphany. Wow, we need transparency. We need accountability.
Yeah, wow.
It's a spectacularly new idea.
So as we go forward, your guess, are banks going to start loaning again? Because they're not now. People still can't get homes and still can't get cars. With some transparency going forward, are people going to be able to get money out of these banks?
Well, transparency is only part of the problem. You've got to have accountability. There've got to be measurements. And if institutions aren't having their feet held to the fire in return for getting money, then they're going to do exactly what they want to do.
And that's accountability.
Correct.
Big issue here.
If only there were more real-world rules that were applying to government, it would be really helpful.
You know, the private sector is not the be-all and end-all, but they at least strive for accountability and transparency.
All right, Peter Kaufman, the book is Distressed Investment Banking. Thanks for being
reality. And back, right? To the abyss and back.
Great to see you.
All right, Peter, thank you, sir. Coming up, a woman is convicted.